Hi guys, welcome to Rick's Q&A sessions. Let's get straight to it. I've got a question from Rafael Di Stefano that he asked me some weeks ago, before I went on holiday actually, and I'm only just getting around to answering it, so I apologise for the delay, Rafael. We're doing it now. A lot of you guys have asked me the same question. In fact, a lot of you guys always message me saying, why don't you share AxeFX2 patches? It's because I don't have Axe Edit, and I never have. I'm a lazy git, I really am, you know, with little things like putting things in a bin or making a cup of coffee or downloading Axe Edit. I'm just too lazy. It seems like too much like hard work for me. Stuff like losing 6 stone, yeah, I can do that, but simple little things I'm just too lazy for. So that's why I've never shared patches, because I don't have Axe Edit. That will change though, I will get it. I digress. So, Raphael asks, what are your favourite amps on the AxeFX2 for clean, crunchy and lead sounds? And what do you think of the AxeFX2 versus real amps? Thanks a lot. Thanks for your question. I'll answer the last part of that question first. AxeFX2 versus real amps? I think the Axe2 is incredible. The dynamic response is just unbelievable. It's so inspiring to play. I've now got the tones that I've been looking for years and years. It's just amazing. All in that unit. It's just phenomenal. However, I'm not saying it replaces valve amps. I've also got a Splawn Nitro 100 head, which sounds just, oh, it's incredible. So I love them both, and I wouldn't put one above the other, to be honest. It's just, you know, both sound fantastic. So let me talk a little bit about the sounds that I use. I do use clean, crunchy and high gain patches, the same patches most of the time, and then just tweak them to my own taste depending on what I want. So here's the, I'm going to start with the crunchy patch, the crunch patch. And I use this mainly with my strats. So this 87 strat, which I'm going to use now, and this, which is a Classic Players 60s strat. So bridge pickup. I'm using a Brit 800 amp model, and I'm using a plus distortion in front of this. Never heard of it before, just went through a load of pedals on it. No, don't like that, no, don't like that, no, yes, that sounds amazing. So that's what I'm using. So here it is on the bridge pickup. Okay, I'll just go through each pickup. Just amazing sound. I'm able to really get that kind of legato muting technique thing going. Neck pickup. And for that real spank. Yeah, sounds amazing. So that's the crunch sound. I'll just flick it onto the high gain. I usually use this with my Ibanez guitars. Ibanez is Ibanez plural. So here is the high gain. I'm using a Splawn Nitrous, very similar to the kind of amp that I own. So it's pretty much exactly the same settings as before, plus distortion. but just with a Spawn nitrous amp. So here's how it sounds with the Strat. Bear in mind these are much lower output pickups than the Ibanez. Neck pickup. Whoops-a-daisy. So there we go. Those are some of the high gain sounds. In fact, let me just quickly plug in one of the Ibanez. I haven't got the other one handy, the Texas Special. So this is how this one sounds. Out of tune. So that's how that sounds. Let me try the Blue Strat now for the clean tones. So in she goes. Sometimes use this, sounds really nice actually, high gain. Yeah, sounds really good. So this is what I use for cleans. Not sure how this is going to sound. So it's dry. Okay, bridge pickle. Anyway, so that is a USA Clean 2. So those are the sounds that I use with my Axe 2. Okay, while I have a guitar in my hands, I'm going to answer a question from Giuseppe Santiago Minardi. And he asks, Dear Rick, have you ever felt difficulties to shred standing up? When I play sitting on my chair, I can play perfectly, but when I'm standing up, I can't do almost everything. I understand that. To be honest with you, it's one of the main reasons why I sit the way I do now. I want to sit in a way that I can play both seated and standing up. And these days, if I try and play like that, it's just too awkward for me. It's just, you know, not the same position. Whereas if I show you what I mean, I'm in this position when I play normally. Now, if I stand up and just hold the guitar, that's how I play. And it's exactly the same as when seated. So nothing changes. Exactly like that. So I would advise you to at least try that out if you can. But there are going to be things that you can't play. You've got to adjust the strap height just so that you feel comfortable. You know, when you're doing wide stretches and you've got a big left-hand extension, especially higher up on the fretboard, you do have to alter the position a bit and get round, But when you're playing live, you can do all sorts of things to allow you to do that. You don't have to just stay stationary in one position. You can move about, move the guitar about so that you can access those awkward areas, and especially with the left-hand extension. So this is the main reason these days why I sit in this position. It's got to be exactly the same for me, seated as standing up. Hopefully that answers your question. So let's go on to another one. I've had loads of questions about picks, the picks that I use. This is going to have to be the last question, unfortunately. I'll do another Q&A really soon. But the picks that I use are, at the moment it's a Jazz 3, but I use Dava picks. I've actually, God, I cannot find them anywhere. I throw them about, that's why. It's one of these, it's a green thing. This is a thumb pick. I made it myself, it's great, really useful. So there we have it, those are the picks that I use. Dunlop Jazz 3. Do it in front of my face so you can see it. And the Dava pick. There we go. Okay, the next question is from Michael Critchfield. He says, Rick, thank you for being so honest and transparent with your life. I too was once close to 300 pounds and have lost some weight, toured with a band, and am now happily married with one fab son. Nice one. We have a lot in common and I enjoy your posts and YouTube videos. Thanks. My question would be one on a personal level. Any chance of an instructional DVD in your future, and how could I get a copy of your CD? Thanks in advance and keep up the great work. Thank you for the question. I was supposed to be recording my first DVD with Lick Library back in, I can't remember which month it was, July, something like that, but I had to push it forward. I had too much work on, so that had to be moved forward. I'm going into the studios to film that DVD, my first instructional DVD with them at the end of this month, at the end of September. I'm also doing a new series that they've come up with. It's a Jam With series, and I'm going to be doing a Jam with Rick Graham DVD, so hopefully you guys will invest in that. I'm sure it will be really well produced, as all of the Lick Library's DVDs are. So I've got those two DVDs coming out, well, I don't know when they're going to be coming out, but they'll be filmed at the end of September for sure. And I'm also working on another DVD which I can't tell you about at the moment. All will be revealed very soon, but I'm very excited about it, but it is one hell of a challenge. So that DVD I'll give you more info about very soon. But in the meantime, make sure you check out my website. I've got loads of downloadable lesson content on there. There's tons of stuff. Just released the Rick's Quick But Slick Licks collection, part 1, licks 1 to 20, got all the backing tracks. Transcription by Luca Mantavanelli, I beg your pardon. I always get the surnames which are really hard to pronounce. Luca Mantavanelli. So, loads of stuff to check out. Make sure you check out my website, but DVDs coming out in the near future. Okay, I better wrap it up for this Q&A. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will catch up with you guys very soon. Take care.